Hello Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is what you don't see coming for the week of February 15th, 2026. This is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, just take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means that it is meant for someone else. So be sure to check out your other placements, okay? If you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Also, in that description box is information on how you can become a member of my Time Travelers program. I issue 48 exclusive readings to members every month. So if you can join us there, that'll be fantastic. With all of that said, let's begin. By the way, happy birthday to you. I hope your season has been treating you well for those of you who are Aquarius Sun placements. All right, let's get into your energy now. For Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements, what does Aquarius need to know? What do they not see coming for the week of February 15th, 2026? What do they not see coming? Thank you. Okay, you got two cards. We're going to take them. We have Clout Hungry and we have Too Busy Winning. Bottom of the deck, we have Photo Proof. Okay. Getting evidence, if you will. Okay. Why is this in your energy for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements? One more shuffle. Thank you. In your energy, Three of Cups, the Moon, Seven of Wands, and the World card. Bottom of the deck, the Sun, the Devil. Could be dealing with a Capricorn. Let's not go there just yet. And the Knight of Wands. Okay. That leaves the Four of Wands, the Emperor, Two of Pentacles, and the Hermit here at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Why is the Three of Cups here for Aquarius's energy this week? Why is the Three of Cups here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Three of Cups, Page of Swords, Four of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Cups, Five of Swords, Judgment, Death and Rebirth. Okay. Why are you in the Three of Cups? Because you've been in the Four of Cups to the Four of Pentacles for a hot minute. And I don't know how long that's been for you. 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months. But some of you have really been going through it. And you've been feeling stuck. Like, why can't I get out of this state of feeling depressed or sad or melancholy or just having this, I don't know, feeling like being in this state of apathy. And why you're coming out of it this week or why you're in the Three of Cups is because you're receiving some type of information, news, or communication between you and another individual. And that's sort of what's pulling you out of the Three of Cups. And I don't think that you see it just yet with that Moon card. So at the time of this reading, you could still be feeling Eight of Cups. Again, an emotional lack. Just not feeling overall happy. Just feeling stuck, energetically stuck, emotionally stuck. But somewhere in the energy of this new moon in your sign, by the way, in Aquarius, there's going to be a discussion, a conversation, like I said, news, information, some kind of offer opportunity comes in, and it's like it brings you back to life. That's the feeling that I have here. Seven of Wands. Why is the Seven of Wands here? And I believe the new moon in your sign is on the 17th. So sometime around Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something transpires. Again, information, communication, conversation. It pulls you right out of that into the Three of Cups. I'm being told not to take those cards. Okay. Why is the Seven of Wands here for your energy this week? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Seven of Wands is clarified by the Two of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Six of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Justice. You can't see it now. Because again, I think right now you're probably sitting in the Four of Cups, that Four of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, all of that. But what you don't see is actually victory and success, okay? So between now and when the good news, I'm just going to call it good news, comes in, I just want you to ground yourself, whether that's yoga, meditation, going out for walks in nature, if you can do that. I don't know where you live. Make sure you take care of yourself. You're eating, stay hydrated. Something's changing here. I feel like oh, what's that song? Oh, that's interesting. Maybe some of you have Gemini placements because I think that song came out in a Gemini reading that I did like 4 months ago. Florence and the Machine, the dog days are over. So there's something here about the dog days are over. You're coming out of this feeling of lack, okay? There's something here about you suddenly feeling victorious or happy again. Something's putting you in a good mood. Too busy winning is the energy that we have here. Something was off balance, not right, not fair. This is the week that the universe is going to correct that for you, again, via some information or communication. So that World card, yeah, I feel like the whatever funk it is that you've been going through, I think that's coming to an end. Clarify that World card. Clarify that World card. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Judgment, the Knight of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, something's pulling you out of here. Because the Seven of Swords astrologically is Aquarius. And you can be rather emotionally detached. And I think that's, I'm clarifying the World card. What is coming to an end? What is coming to an end? You feeling emotionally detached from yourself, from life. You know, maybe you just feel lately like you're just getting by, or you're just getting through, or it's like Groundhog's Day, or nothing ever changes, or maybe you've lost your lust for life, your happiness, you know what I mean, your passion, your desire. That's what's coming to an end here this week. So we're going to clarify this Page of Swords. It looks small, but I feel like it's mighty. Okay, you're going to kind of feel like you're floating on air, like this person is, when you receive this, again, information, communication, or a conversation. I want to focus on what the heck this is, because this is giving me a totally different vibe here. So the Cloud Hungry card typically talks about someone who says or does anything to get your attention. And it's someone who's known to bullshit. I sometimes look at this as the bullshitter card or the con artist card. And we have the Sun, the Devil, and the Knight of Wands. And I think this is separate. This is being illuminated here this week to you. Like you're getting evidence. You're getting evidence that something's not quite on the up and up. And I don't think it has anything to do with that. No. Okay. I want to clarify the Page of Swords for you quickly. What is the information, communication, offer, opportunity, conversation here that is turning things around here for the Aquarius collective? What is this? Yeah, this is like I'm walking on sunshine feeling. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Eight of Swords, the Star, and the Eight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Strength card. Something you've been working on. Again, could be a relationship, could be in your work environment, or maybe in a collaborative group with people. The feeling here was I was stuck, right? Look at the Eight of Swords. It's like I'm stuck. I can't do anything more with this, or it's just not progressing forward, or I'm stuck in this state of feeling miserable or feeling depressed, or maybe even feeling a little frustrated or angry. But the communication or offer that comes in, it's coming to you, Aquarius. You are the Star card. It's going to get you back on your feet again. Like I'm back to work. I'm back in the game. That's the feeling. I'm back in the game. It could be coming from a Leo, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yeah, there's something here that's shaking you up. Again, offer, information, communication, opportunity, like it restores balance. You're going to feel a little on top of the world here this week. And it might not be, in the grand scheme of things, like the biggest on top of the world feeling, but compared to how you have been feeling, yeah, you're going to feel like you're back in the game. So I want to say, like, your luck is changing here this week because of some information or communication. It's going to pull you out of this state where you have been, where like you haven't been feeling very emotionally satisfied or content. What is this? I'm sorry. What is this? This is something separate. Cloud hungry. Could be a Cancerian, Leo, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Says anything, does anything, makes stuff up. You're getting evidence or proof of this. Maybe that's what's putting you in a good mood. I don't know. One more shuffle. Thank you. What is this? Ten of Pentacles, Strength, and the Three of Pentacles. Tell me more about this. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Eight of Cups, King of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. Is this you? All right, if we get an ace or major arcana card, this is you. Is this Aquarius? I don't think this message here is going to apply to all of you. I think this will apply to the collective, like the majority. This is going to be very specific. Is this Aquarius? If we get a yes. If we get a ace or major arcana card, that would be a yes. One more shuffle. Thank you. Is this you? No. Page of Wands. Tell me more about this. Something here is being illuminated. I thought it was you for a second, but I imagine it's not. Something's being illuminated here about an individual who's not very trustworthy. They're very in and out, and they're inconsistent. They say they're going to put their all into something or work on something or do something, but they really don't. It's like they sit here and they watch everyone else do the work. So this is giving me the feeling, a little bit of like a group environment. So I feel this is more like if you're working on a project with a group of people or a team of people, and everyone agrees to be on board, like, I don't know, we're going to meet Monday at 7 p.m. and we're going to work on this. And then it's like supposed to be 5 people show up and it's only you and one other person. That's what it feels like. As someone here ends up like sitting on their hands, watching you and someone else do the work. But originally it was like, yeah, we're all in this, we're all doing this. So again, I feel like this is someone who's over-promising, over-committing. This is a flaky energy. So again, I feel like that's very separate. 8 of Cups, King of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. I think for some of you, you're going to feel like you're left to do this alone. Or I'm left to do this alone. I'm left to finish this project alone. I think that's going to be super specific. I'm an Aquarius rising. I actually do have a meeting here this week with a group of people. We are supposed to agree on something. Maybe that'll manifest for me that way. Like maybe people there will say they're being part of something or doing something and they're not. So again, I feel like this is very specific. Well, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, this is, I'm on board. I'm going to help you do this. We're going to work on this. No, I'm not. I'm just going to sit by and watch you do it. One more shuffle. Thank you. 9 of Wands, King of Swords, and Justice. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Wands. Whatever it is that they're not doing, you're going to end up doing. Like you're, I don't know, you're kind of like the hero here. Like 5 people, or let's just say 3 people, because all I see is the 3 people here on the 3 of Pentacles card. So if 3 people agree to do something, and one person decides to sit it out, or they're sitting on their hands, it's okay. You and the other person are going to get it done. You and the King of Wands are going to get it done. Or it could be Queen of Wands. I don't read body parts. So yeah, at first I thought you were going to go at this alone, but there's 2 people here. I have 2 people here. So again, I've got the 2 people here literally working on something. So I feel like this is a little bit for those of you where you work in some kind of team or group setting, or there's a collaborative project you're working on. Again, it would be like 3 or more people, something like that, and somebody's a no-show, or someone shows up unprepared, or they're not doing the work. They're clout hungry. They like getting the attention, meaning they like to take credit when things are successful, or they like to pretend that they're going to contribute. But this week you're getting like evidence, the proof. This person's full of shit. They have no follow through. However, you will be able to achieve whatever this is or complete the project. Again, that's going to be a super specific message for you. Okay, let's get you some advice. I'm going to split these separately since they were 2 very specific messages here for you this week, okay? So 3 cards of advice for Aquarius where they're receiving some kind of, like I said, news, communication, information, offer, opportunity, conversation here that pulls you out of a rut. Looks like it pulls you out of an emotional rut or an emotional block. 3 cards of advice here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Okay. Page of Wands, when you receive this, again, offer, communication, opportunity. Lovers, you're going to have a choice. 7 of Cups, bottom of the deck, High Priestess. When you receive this offer, you're going to have a choice here to make about whether or not you want to accept the offer or whether or not you want to proceed forward with the offer. Make sure you use your intuition and just ask questions. High Priestess, King of Cups, and the Page of Swords. When you receive this offer, it could be coming from a water sign or a Pisces, a Gemini here as well, but whoever this person is that's presenting you with the offer opportunity, I would get more facts with that Page of Swords. Like they're communicating to you in Page of Swords, and then your advice here is to go back to them and say, well, what are the details? I do think it ends up being favorable here for you because I see the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Chariot. Like I do think that you proceed forward with it, but with that Seven of Swords card, I think your feeling is, I just want to make sure that it's not just a too good to be true offer. I want to make sure it's legit. So your advice here is just when it comes in, before you make a decision here about whether or not to move forward, because you might feel a little cloudy or a little confused, just get some more information and then you'll know whether to proceed forward. Personally, I think you do, because we're clarifying the too busy winning card. And whatever this is for you, it makes you feel good enough that it pulls you out of that emotional rut that you've been in for a while. Now, when it comes to this person or these people that are not pulling their weight here with whatever this is, and it's like this week you're going to see it. This week you're getting the proof. It's going to be illuminated to you like, oh, you're all talk, no action. You know, like I always have to do all the work. I'm speaking like you. That's the feeling I have here. And then your attitude seems to be, you know what? I'll just do it myself, or I'll just do it with this other person. And you do. You're quite successful with it. But yeah, this week it's too in your face, right? You know, it's like you can't ignore it. Let's get you 3 cards of advice how to deal with this person or these people. One more shuffle. Thank you. 2 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Pentacles. Hangman, Queen of Cups. In terms of advice, is it possible that this person is not taking the, that's an interesting message. Again, this is only advice. Something for you to consider in regards to whoever this person is. And they're a soulmate, okay, some respect. This is someone you know, okay, whether you work with them or they're a family member. There's something here about considering they're not doing this because they're lazy. They're not saying, I want to be part of this, or I want to help you with this, or I want to engage with you on whatever this is, because they're lazy. Have you ever thought about it's because they just don't know? They don't know as much as you do. They're not as skilled as you are, or they don't have the proper training. So I don't think it's so much that this person's a liar. I wasn't expecting that. Again, that's just advice. Just try to consider that it's possible that this person is still learning. And the 8 of Pentacles, they're an apprentice. This is a card of someone who's an apprentice who wants to become a master. So I'm not telling you to be soft on this person, but there is something here of understanding. They're a work in progress, or they're still trying to learn whatever this is. Tell me more about this. 3 more cards of advice here. They're still learning. Yes, maybe they shouldn't have said, I'll do this, or I'll help you with that. You know, I think it's coming from a little bit of good nature. There's something here toxic in them, in the sense that they really want to show up. You know what I mean? Like, I want to prove myself. I want to say that I can do this, or that I can help out. But then when it comes to helping out, they're like a no-show, or they sit on their hands. It's not because they're lazy. It's because they don't know. Like, they don't know how. They're still learning. I kind of feel sorry for them right now. Okay, 3 more cards of advice here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Moon, the 5 of Swords, and the Sun card. You got 2 Sun cards here. Yeah. Again, it's only advice, okay? Instead of arguing with this person, instead of arguing with them, how about trying to teach them? Like becoming a mentor, or becoming a teacher, or becoming a guide, or there's something like that here at play. I don't think this person means to be deceptive. And that Moon to the 5 of Swords to the Sun, I think they have very good intentions. I think this person needs someone who's willing to work with them, to see it from another perspective, to have compassion for them, to get to the root cause of why they can't complete this or do this. I mean, I could be speaking to an Aquarius where you're a teacher And this is a student who, once again, is signing up to do something. And I don't know why this is coming to me, but it is. They're signing up once again to do something, and then they're unable to do it. But you might see it as, oh, there you are again, like you didn't bring your homework in, or you didn't finish that project, or I thought you said you were going to be here at the gymnasium on Saturday and you were a no-show. There's something here like they didn't know, or they're chickening out, or they don't feel very confident, or they're still learning that skill, they haven't mastered it. So your advice, again, there's only advice, but your advice here seems to be, instead of coming down hard on them and arguing with them, instead try to look at it from a positive way, like, oh, this is a teachable moment. I can teach this person how to do it the right way, and I can get them to engage in whatever this is. I think for some of you, you might have to take this person a little bit under your wing there, because again, that Eight of Pentacles could talk about being an apprentice, and you here are the master. So maybe there's something here that you can actually teach this person. So I would look at it that way, but again, that's only advice. That is what I have for you, Aquarius, for the week ahead. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that, and don't forget to check out the description box to learn how you can become a member of my Time Travelers program. Until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.